Let's go. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. I got to address this. Just yesterday, actually, I recorded a podcast episode. It's going to be out on this very podcast, about over 30 minutes long, about the winless season that my alma mater, the Stony Brook University football program, just completed this past weekend. All right, I got to address this because as much as it's easy to shit on Coach P right now, as much as I personally didn't like the guy, I got to give him props. I got to give him props for what he said after a winless season. Now you're speaking to someone who has experienced the winless season as a high school football coach, so I understood it. There was some empathy in that press conference, and I love what he said in terms of, he said it, look, you can put those 10 losses on me. Do not blame that staff. Do not blame those players who worked their ass off, undermanned the whole thing. Didn't put it on anybody else. Wasn't blaming his O-line. Wasn't blaming his quarterback. Wasn't blaming the lack of booster dollars. Wasn't blaming anything. He said, put it on me. And hey, at the end of the day, hate him or like him, you got to respect what he said. You got to respect that. And it takes me to a memory. It takes it to a memory, probably my favorite memory ever of, the 2 seasons that I played at Stony Brook. It was in the middle of my first season to my second season. So we're going into the summer. And again, I was a walk-on. I was working towards earning a scholarship. So, if you're going to be there during the summer, you have to figure it out, man. You weren't getting paid. You weren't getting meals or anything like that. You have to figure some shit out. And me knowing that I wanted to coach, when I wanted to get into business of coaching football and all that kind of stuff, I wanted to really was kind of the original plan when I was in college. I went to him, I said, hey man, if I'm gonna be here in the summer, is there anything I could be doing in the office, some intern work? I wanted to, do what Debbie was doing, and I think her name is Marianne or something like that. I want to get in that crew, I want to get in that little football support business, like, let me know what I got to do to, get up in that. He looked at me, he goes, thanks, they don't get paid to do this, so I can't, I love to have you do it, but they don't get paid. It's all volunteer work. It's all intern work at that. We're basically, we're college kids, so we're basically cheap labor and shit. So what I did was I ventured around campus, used the resources that Stony Brook provides, and I remember going to a rec center. I think it was like a rec center or some sort of sports information direct. I don't know where it was. I knew it was in the gymnasium, and I knew it had the whole fitness and rec center vibe, and I asked them, I'm like, yo, what y'all got for the summer? Y'all got interns? Y'all got this? I got some experience working at a gym. I could sell memberships. I could do whatever, let me know. I'm about that shit. So they gave me a process. They gave me an application or whatever to fill out, and I remember I actually went to Coach P after, and I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, I might have found a job at the rec center or whatever it was. And I looked at him, so, because that was our conversation. The conversation we had was him advising me to be there during the summer if I wanted to compete for a spot on the travel squad. So I was like, I got to be there during the summer. And I told him I might have found a job or something to do during the summer, so I'll be here. And then he looks at me, and this is where I want to get you to. He looks at me, he goes, all right, look, use my name if it helps. Use my name if it helps, all right? And, by far my fondest memory of him, and it brings me to today's thought. It brings me to what I want to impart amongst you guys, or to you guys, is what the fuck does your name mean? What does your name mean? If you Google yourself right now, if you look yourself up right now, if you take 2 seconds to look yourself up, or if you were approached like he was approached and would tell someone, use my name if it helps, is it actually going to help? Is it actually going to do something? Is it actually going to make a person's life better? Is it going to actually make a connection, open up a door, create an opportunity for a young individual? Ask yourself that, because if it isn't creating opportunities, what the fuck are you here for? Yourself? What are you here for? What exactly is your point in being on this world? Again, granted, went 0-10. He's going to get a ton of criticism. In fact, I personally, if we're talking about a personal feeling, I would love to see Coach Tucci, leave Duke and come head up that program. I got former alumni has already texted me saying, look, they are re-upping their eligibility if Coach Tucci takes this head coaching job at Stony Brook. But what I'm telling you is your name has to mean something. We are here for only a limited amount of time. we get a date. We get a date you're born, you get a dash, and it's up to you to make your name mean something. Make your name create something, create an opportunity. And I'll drop the mic with this, is you gotta understand, Stony Brook started from a Division III level type program. They had guys like me, a Division II level player that was making the travel squad, and now they're competing with the highest of highs when it comes to the FCS level, the FCS subdivision level. So there's a lot of great things that he's seen the program go through, and I think it may be just, hey, look, time is run out, and it happens. Like, it's going to happen for every single person out here. But the question remains is, what does your name mean, and will your name help somebody get better? Will your name actually create an opportunity for someone, all right? Main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work, makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. One-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.